American people that are on SNAP benefits. But that means that you got to not look necessarily at SNAP. You got to look at the reasons that they're on SNAP. We know that over 1/4 of these people that are in receipt of SNAP benefits are actually the working poor in this country, right? We have not increased the minimum wage, and I don't know when, and the minimum wage still sits at $7 while everything else is going up, whether we're talking about the cost of food or whether we're talking about the cost of rent or whether we're talking about the cost to actually try to engage in home ownership, if we're talking about the interest rates. And we know that under the failed leadership of this administration, this country has seen a loss of 1 million jobs, and that's just in the first few months. He's not even had a full year. So no, we need to work on economic policies that will put people into a position in which they are not the working poor, where they are still needing the $6 a day to eat. So yes, we need to talk about it, but I don't think that SNAP is the problem. I think that that is the resolution, or at least that is a symptom of the problem. We have a bigger problem in which we have billionaires that are continuing to rise up every single day and are getting richer and richer, to the extent that there was talk about Elon becoming a trillionaire, the first one in this country or in the world. Yet we still have people that have to go to the food bank and go to work, that have to sit there and go to make sure that they've got money on their SNAP and EBT cards. Like, that's a problem, and I do think that we need to address it.
As America faces a potential government shutdown in mid-November 2025, millions of families are anxiously waiting to see what will happen to programs like SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. While Congress argues over budget priorities, everyday Americans worry about putting food on the table. Today we'll explore how this shutdown could impact SNAP, why it matters, and what it reveals about the priorities shaping our government. Define SNAP and note the 41 million Americans who rely on it. Introduce the dual lens, factual reporting plus systemic critique. Mention that this shutdown is the first major budget standoff since 2023, highlighting political gridlock.
People losing them SNAP benefits. Let me be quite frank. I hope I hurt somebody's feelings. There's only 3 types of people who I'm concerned with losing their benefits from the government. One is children. Children should always have a hand. Children should always be able to receive benefits. Children should always be able to receive help, because they're children. They didn't ask to be here. It's our job to take care of them. 2, the elderly. They've actually worked. They've actually given into the system. They deserve all the help that we as a great nation can give them. They deserve the respect, the honor, and they do deserve those benefits, most importantly. 3, the sick or the crippled. If you're sick and you've put into the system, or you were born sick, you deserve help. That's what the system is designed for. Now, the rest of you motherfuckers, if you have the ability to get up off your fat, lazy, sorry, stupid ass to get a job, get the fuck up. Matter of fact, you should have never got benefits to begin with. You people out here having fucking children knowing you can't afford them anyway, getting knocked up, making dumbass excuses to continue doing so, thinking that we, the people who are out here actually working, supposed to look out for your sorry, stupid, dusty ass? Oh, fuck no. Fuck you right in the ear. Fuck you. It's nobody's job to take care of the lazy. It's nobody's job to take care of any of you people that just want to ride the system. Most importantly, it's nobody's job to help you take care of all them illegitimate kids you keep having from these fucking losers. Get up off of your sorry ass and go get a fucking job. Unless you're a child. Unless you're sick or crippled. Or unless you're elderly. The rest of you grown motherfuckers, shut the entire fuck up. Your free ride is over. And I don't give a fuck how you have to paint it. Do it while you're working.
SNAP is funded through the federal government, but administered by states. While it's considered an entitlement program, meaning benefits should continue, a shutdown can create indirect effects that leave families vulnerable. Payments could be delayed, new applicants might be held up, and administrative services can slow dramatically. Explain SNAP's federal-state structure. Discuss how shutdown contingency plans work differently by state. Emphasize that millions depend on timely SNAP payments for basic nutrition. In other words, while politicians spar over spending, families in cities and rural areas alike are the ones who feel the effects first and most intensely.
Trump believes the government will soon reopen and appears ready to address a top concern among Democrats: health care. Correspondent David Spun is at the White House tonight, explains what's inside the president's health care plan as ending the shutdown remains a top priority. But there's also some late-breaking news from the Supreme Court on SNAP benefits. Good evening, David.
Brett, good evening. That's exactly right. We're waiting for some reaction from the White House. We're told that the Supreme Court extended its temporary pause on the Trump administration sending out those SNAP benefits to more than 40 million Americans, meaning that this is a temporary victory for the White House. They do not have to send out these SNAP benefits that many count on until at least 11:59 p.m. on Thursday. But it is possible the shutdown ends by then. It looks like it's moving that way. But of course, Brett, in Washington, D.C., in 2025, nothing is done until it's done.
So what could happen in practical terms? Here are the key ways the current shutdown could disrupt SNAP. Delayed or frozen payments. States may rely on reserve funds, but extended shutdowns risk delays. New SNAP applications may be put on hold. Furloughed staff. Federal and state workers who manage SNAP may be furloughed. Customer service and administrative processes slow down, affecting enrollment and troubleshooting. Political leverage. SNAP and other social programs are sometimes used as leverage in budget negotiations. Current reports indicate some lawmakers are pushing policy riders tied to work requirements and funding caps. Impact on related services. Food banks and community programs expect higher demand. Schools and summer meal programs may see interruptions. Even though SNAP is legally protected, the shutdown illustrates how dependent vulnerable populations are on political compromise and how easily their access to food can be disrupted.
So guess what I'm doing for the first time in 12 years, okay? I am getting up, I'm ready, did my hair, took my shower, brushed my teeth, and I'm going to do my community service hours. Why community service hours, do you ask? Because they told me in order to keep my food stamps, I would have to do 15 hours of community service per week. That's at minimum. I can do more if I want to, which I probably will because I don't have anything else going on. And my kids are in daycare since I qualified for subsidized childcare. So I'm going to do my 15 hours or more. I haven't decided yet. It depends on how I like it at the place where I'm volunteering. But anyways, this is just until I get an actual full-time job, because they don't just let you stay in community service for as long as you want. You have to find employment or go to school. So
this isn't the first time a shutdown has threatened food assistance. In 2013, a 16-day government shutdown caused delays in emergency food programs, interruptions to school meal services, and stress on local food banks. While SNAP benefits technically continued, indirect consequences showed just how fragile these systems can be when politics intervene. Discuss past shutdowns, 2013, 2018 to 2019, and SNAP impacts. Highlight how political brinkmanship disproportionately affects low-income families. Patterns emerge. Political standoffs delay funding, and ordinary Americans, children, seniors, working families, end up paying the price.
Lauren Underwood. We are at the Northern Illinois Food Bank after an incredibly powerful roundtable of local officials, food bank officials, food pantry operators, and community members who are impacted. We've heard from education leaders, our superintendents, our regional superintendent of education. Everyone is laser focused on meeting the needs of the Illinoisans in this moment who are going hungry. There are 42 million Americans who get benefits from SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. And to date, President Trump has defied court order after court order after court order, ordering the Trump officials to release the funding for the SNAP program for November. And as a result of this crisis that the president created, the Northern Illinois Food Bank has seen a 26% increase in demand from our community members who are going hungry from the first week of October of 2025 to this past week. This is an urgent crisis. We heard from the leaders at the East Aurora School District how so many families are living in fear to come in, walk their children into school, to be able to take an emergency food box and then return home because of the threat of ICE enforcement happening in our schools. This is a crisis and our community is in the bullseye, and I am so grateful for the extraordinary commitment of our partners at the Northern Illinois Food Bank, the Kane County Administration, our state officials from Governor Pritzker to our state electeds, and obviously all the folks running our local education systems. We are fighting hard in Washington, and today we just introduced a bill to make sure that SNAP gets funded even in a government shutdown. We've never seen this happen in history where SNAP gets cut off. It is cruel, it is unacceptable, and it is illegal, and we are not standing for it.
Let's bring this closer to home. Families across the country are bracing for delayed SNAP benefits. Food banks are reporting increased demand, and grocery stores in some states are preparing for spikes in emergency assistance requests. Children, seniors, and those living paycheck to paycheck may be forced to skip meals, buy less nutritious food, or rely on charity for the first time. Household impact: skipped meals, nutritional gaps, stress. Economic impact: SNAP dollars support local economies, delays hurt small retailers. Social consequences: increased food insecurity and pressure on community resources. The shutdown is more than politics. It's a direct threat to the stability, health, and dignity of millions who depend on SNAP.
You looking for me? You coming to get some stuff?
You got all four?
Huh?
You got all four?
No, go ahead and get your basket, Queen. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, go on back around, honey, and get a basket. How many you have in your family? How many kids?
It's 6 boys.
Okay. I'll over you. I might come check on you from time to time, but get some shopping done, and then I'll meet you at the front. Make sure you get snacks for the kids as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was supposed to get my food stamps today, and they didn't give me nothing.
Oh, they didn't put anything on there?
So I went to go get some canned goods for my mom, and she gave me like 3 bags of canned goods and stuff, so I was supposed to get my
29
stamps.
cents.
Yeah, I was supposed to get my stamps today, but...
Go ahead on and start your shop, and I'll come check on you, honey.
Did I make it?
You made it, my love. Jesus, chill. Take a breath. How many you have in your family?
I have 5 kids and me. I'm a single parent.
Okay, go ahead and get a basket and come back in. All right. You good, though? I want to make sure you get as much as you can. Okay, awesome. You got snacks? I like to see. Got snacks for the kids. Okay. You good, Queen? You have to run, sister. It's not a grocery store race. I'm not going anywhere. You okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Where's the snacks? Where's the cookies?
I got chips.
Right there, you can leave the basket right here. You can run and go get some cookies because you know how I feel about kids and the cookies.
Okay.
They go and get the cookies.
Okay.
It's not a race. You're good. Right. All right. Have a blessed day. Yes, of course, my love. God bless you too, honey. Have a blessed one. Take care. Right, we got some snacks for the kids. Okay, great. That is for you. The receipt, my queen. You're welcome.
Can I give you a hug?
You may, my love, as you are my last one on this side. Welcome, honey. Have an amazing day.
Now, some uncomfortable truths. SNAP may be an entitlement, but it is still used as a bargaining chip. Policy decisions, budget standoffs, and partisan gridlock affect who eats and who goes hungry. Critics argue that the system reflects priorities that favor political theater and corporate interests over human need. Mention the role of lobbying, partisan negotiations, and work requirement debates. Highlight the broader pattern: essential services exposed during government shutdowns. While these claims may sound conspiratorial, they are grounded in observable realities. Delays, funding gaps, and political maneuvers have very real human consequences.
When I first started making videos on this page, I was making food for my wife 4 times a day, and how I was getting that food, all food stamps and gift cards that people was giving me to make food for my wife. And I've always had bad social anxiety. I've always spoke about it. I made a video here once talking about me having bad social anxiety and how I was getting used to being around people and talking to people, and how I was doing that was making meals for the less fortunate and passing them out. How was I buying that food to make meals for the less fortunate? On food stamps and gift cards that people was giving me. With that being said, it's the holidays coming up. It's a trend going around where people make a video and get brands to comment to see what brands they can get PR packages sent from. I'm gonna do the same thing, but instead of PR packages, I want brands to comment that's willing to give away meals with me. I refuse to take any money. I don't want no money. I don't want no nothing. I don't want no partnership when it comes to this. I want this to be specifically about the families we feeding and the holidays that we making holidays and the families that we able to take care of. That's all I care about. My daughters just came in. This is what it's about. It's about these babies. It's about their holidays, and we want to make sure that we are supporting the families in this holiday. So if you're a brand and you want to be a part of it, I'll see you in the comments. God bless you. Say God bless you.
God bless you.
Say God bless you.
God bless you.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
And I forgot to mention, I'm going to post updates on the situation on my IG story. So if you want to follow my IG, please do so.
As the government shutdown unfolds, millions of Americans face uncertainty. SNAP is not just a line item, it's a lifeline. Understanding the stakes is the first step toward awareness. Families, communities, and even local economies are counting on decisions being made in Washington, D.C. The question remains, can politics be put aside long enough to ensure that no one goes hungry? Encourage listeners to follow updates, understand state-specific SNAP rules, and support local resources. Final thought. In times of political stalemate, the real measure of our society is how we protect those who need it most.